everyone, my name is Tech Sergeant Austin Core, and I am the president of the 5-6 and an aeromedical evacuation technician in the 908 AES Squadron. And here we are to do our NCO Induction Ceremony. So I would like to introduce Chief Master Sergeant Tracy Cornett, Command Chief of the 908 Airlift Wing.
Good afternoon, 908 Airlift Wing. Congratulations to our recently promoted Staff Sergeants, Tech Sergeants. I'm very excited about the induction ceremony because it is a big accomplishment to become a non-commissioned officer in the United States Air Force. I'm truly honored to take a few moments and share my perspective as pertains to NCOs in the Air Force. Let's talk for a moment about your role as an NCO and bridging the gap between junior enlisted members and senior leadership. As you already know, being an NCO is a big responsibility. It brings with it the responsibility of taking care of yourself and your career and taking care of your subordinates and their careers. Also ensuring communication between senior and junior levels is open and transparent in order to get after the mission. It's not for the faint of heart. I've always believed serving as an NCO in the military is the most important position you'll ever hold. You are the backbone of the enlisted corps that ensure mission success is completed. There are many things that will pull you in many different directions as an NCO. A word of caution, do not get so tied up in the thrash of everything going on around you that you forget to take care of yourself and your airmen. Without you, mission success will be almost impossible. Mission success is priority number one. However, if you get too focused on the mission and do not take the time out to observe what's going on around you, your airmen and the mission will feel negative effects of that. As I mentioned before, being the backbone of the force, you have to be able to hold all the other parts together while ensuring information flow is happening and following through to make sure that mission is moving in a forward direction. Failure to do so in all these areas will lead to fatigue in your airmen and mission failure. Let me ask all the new NCOs a few questions to think about. What does being a non-commissioned officer in the Air Force mean to you? What does it mean to your peers? What does it mean to your subordinates? What does it mean to the Air Force Reserves? Let me give you a few things to consider. To you, being a non-commissioned officer in the Air Force should mean that you're growing and developing into a leader that leads junior airmen while continuing to follow the mentorship and guidance of senior NCOs. Being an NCO is a continuum of learning that never stops as long as you are wearing the uniform. To your peers, being an NCO is being part of a team that shapes, molds, and mentors junior airmen while ensuring that senior leaders have the pulse of the force. To your subordinates, or junior airmen, you are a leader that they can trust and depend on to get them the training, development, and equipment needed to get after and successfully complete the mission. Also, your airmen may depend on you to help them with personal matters that may arise in their lives. To the Air Force Reserve, it means that you are progressing your careers to be the next generation of senior leadership. As I close, I'd like to remind you of a couple of things. You were once airmen. Airmen can fail as long as they are failing forward and learning from it. As an NCO, you can too. You have a big influence over those in which you are charged with supervising. Be candid to those in which you're responsible to and those you are responsible for. Trust and credibility between you and those around you will make or break the mission. Finally, as a new NCO, always base your decisions and actions on these 4 tenets. Is it ethical? Is it moral? Is it legal? Is it professional? Thank you again for the opportunity to speak to you today, and congratulations to all of our new promotees.
Chief Cornett, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us today, and thank you for making this event special for our inductees. Ladies and gentlemen, today we come together to formally welcome and accept our newly promoted Staff Sergeants into the United States Air Force Reserve's Non-Commissioned Officer Corps. The role of the non-commissioned officers in the military operations dates back to the time of the Crusades and the Roman legions. The word sergeant comes from the Latin word meaning to serve. In medieval times, this sergeant may have been a fighting man for self-preservation because of combat often amounted to attacking everyone. Regardless of whether they were armed, the sergeant became an experienced warrior who might ride a horse, but was not wealthy enough to afford all the equipment and retainers to qualify as a knight. As an experienced soldier, he might be called upon to take charge of a group of serfs or other common people forced to serve in an army of feudal levies. The sergeant would conduct what training he could to teach the charges to fight and prevent them from running away during battle. Sergeant was not a rank, but an occupation. As military organizations evolved, Sergeant then became a key rank. It has been said over and over again, NCOs are the backbone of the Air Force, ensuring mission accomplishment. The Air Force NCO continues to serve with dignity and pride. Now I'd like to introduce the Vice President of the 5-6, Staff Sergeant Tasha Harris.
Hello, I'm Staff Sergeant Tasha Harris, Vice President of the 5-6ers. I'm also a logistics planner with the 908 Logistics Readiness Squadron. As NCOs, you are charged with ensuring that personnel and resources under your control are effectively utilized, remaining alert to adverse morale trends, and when observed, initiating corrective action within your control, maintaining the highest level of communication and rapport with subordinates, and remaining attuned to their needs, encouraging and motivating on and off-duty participation in unit, base, and community activities by leading the way, ensuring that people are treated fairly by all agencies and activities, both on and off base, and initiating corrective action in any instance that violates this principle, wearing the uniform properly and proudly, and ensuring the same compliance from subordinates. And finally, maintaining the highest level of personal integrity and keeping faith with your fellow non-commissioned officers in all branches of the service.
The selectee's journey into the NCO ranks is now completed. Each individual will be presented with a coin and certificate at the next 5-6 meeting. The 5-6 would like to thank everybody for their attendance today and watching this virtual NCO induction ceremony. First and foremost, we would like to thank Colonel Drescher for allowing us this opportunity. We would like to thank Command Chief Cornett for his presentation. We would like to thank the PA shop for their dedicated time and hours into this project. We would like to thank all the members of the 5-6 who helped organize this event. And most importantly, I'd like to thank my 908 AES family for all the support they offer us.